Okay, hi you guys. I'm a little sick, but I wanted to do a reaction video. I wanted to do a reaction video, and I wanted to talk about just my feelings and my opinion on the whole Sky Santana and how he did the Aliya exposed video. So I watched the video. Now I didn't watch the whole video because that shit is an hour long, but I watched enough, and like I get the point, and I get his point, and Aaliyah J hasn't like basically said her point or said her side of the story, so we don't really know how she feels or whatever about the situation. She just basically deaded the situation, and I kind of wanted to do this video like because I live in New York, and the mentality of New Yorkers is kind of different than the mentality of most people from other areas. So let me just say that. So this is a get ready with me, so I'm gonna talk and do my makeup at the same time, so we can like be a reaction but still stay on the topic of beauty and all that good stuff. So I put everything that I'm using in the what's it called, the box or whatever. I'm sick, so if I sound a little stuffy, it's because of that, but y'all gonna get the gist of the video. So I'm just doing my eyebrows right now. So basically, Sky Santana, he made this hour video expressing his feelings on how him and Aliya J were supposed to, well, he in general wanted to do these collab videos with a whole bunch of YouTubers on YouTube, and this is a time where he wasn't so big and famous. And if you don't know who Sky Santana is, just Google him. He does a whole bunch of story times, and they're amazing. He's good at what he does, period. So he does story times, and when he first started coming out, he used to like write YouTubers, so basically he could be put on. That was his goal, to be put on, not to just be put on, but to collab, so people could help him and get his name out there, which makes sense. When you just start YouTube, of course you don't want to stay at 50 views and 100 views. You want to climb, you want to climax to where everyone's watching your videos, and you want to basically be a crowd pleaser. So I get it. He wanted everyone to watch his videos, and his videos are worthy for people to watch them. They are good videos. They're funny. They make you they're not bored when you watch them. They're interesting. Okay. So he goes on to say that a couple people, when he was supposed to do the collabs with them, they flaked out. Which most of the time they do. Most of the time people don't think you're serious when you write them. Sometimes they just think that you're using them, but also, even though it's a collab and you're getting something from them, and they're supposed to be getting, especially you're supposed to be getting subscribers from them, and they're supposed to be getting subscribers from you, but if they have more subscribers than you, they feel like they're not really gonna get the exposure they need because they already have the exposure, you know? He's like hitting up people that have like millions of followers, thousands, blah blah blah, 2,000s, like in the teens, 12,000, blah blah blah. Okay, so but it makes sense though. If you start YouTube, you want to be a big YouTuber. You don't want to start YouTube, make all these videos, become dedicated, and you only have 50 subscribers or 100 subscribers. It makes sense. Okay. So he goes on to say how he basically he was hitting up these people trying to do a collab, and some of them flaked out on him, and it made him just upset and sad, and it hurt his feelings, and that's understandable because, one, if you are trying to do something and you're dedicated to it and people don't think you're dedicated, it hurts his feelings because you know that you're dedicated and that you're not going to use them. But like I said, people feel like if you don't have a lot of followers and you're not like them or in the same aspect as them, that they're not really going to achieve anything from you and they don't want to work with you, which makes sense. Okay. So he goes on to say that he worked with He's Fabulous, which is Kenneth, which is another YouTuber who's very popular, and some other people he starts to name, and he just goes on with his story, and he gives all these background so basically the reason why I'm saying he's a good storyteller is because he gives all the information you need to understand the story. He doesn't just jump into the story. He gives you facts, he gives you like screenshots so you can see with your own eyes what he went through, and he's not making all of this up. Okay, so basically, so blah blah blah. What was I talking about? So he worked with Kenneth, and him and Kenneth became good friends after, like, during the time they started collabing together. So during that time, he writes Aliya J, and he emails her, and she writes back, and he shows us in the video that she writes back, and what she says, it's a nice message. It's a nice message, and it was a positive message. It wasn't something standoffish. Even though if she didn't mean what she said in the message, you took it as she meant it, you know? And let's like step away from Sky real fast and go to Aliya J. When you see Aliya J, you off, like, as soon as you see her, you know she looks like she can be a standoffish person. We don't know her personally. No one knows her personally. We just watch her videos. We see how she interacts with her friends on her vlogs or on story time, and we just get a gist of who she is as a person. We don't really know her. We don't know how she lives her life every day. We see a little bit of it, but we don't really know the truth. Okay, but we know when we look at her, we know that she looks like she's that bitch. She's popular, blah blah blah. Everyone wants to be around her, and she might have a lot of friends. Okay. So he goes on to say that he emailed her, and she sends him this positive message, and that's great. Like, at least you like got an email back. You know, a lot of people email all these YouTubers, and they don't email back because they feel like they're the shit, and they feel like they're better, and all that good stuff, right? So she emails back, and she said that she, at this time in her life, she's trying to organize her YouTube channel, and she's not doing collabs at the moment, but she would love to do a collab with him, and she's seen his videos before. So if I got that email, I'll be like, oh my god. I would just be appreciative. One, she wrote back. Two, she already said that she watched my videos prior to this email, so I would be feeling on top of the world. Okay, so that's me, and I'm a different person. I'm a different breed. I think differently. I handle situations differently, and that's it. So I would have left it alone. I would have not bothered her, blah blah blah. I would have not wrote her again. I would have not like tried to reach out again. She said she's not interested right now. Okay, maybe when she's interested, she'll reach out to me, hopefully, you know. But if she doesn't, she doesn't. And I don't think, me as a person, I wouldn't reach out again, and that's it. So I'm trying to remember the story because it's so freaking long, but basically she follows him, she subscribes to his channel on YouTube, which is great. I think they follow each other, then they started to follow each other on Twitter. Okay, so then he starts to say that he starts to write her, and he rates her on Twitter asking, did you watch my videos prior to the email, or have you seen them before? And she writes him and says, oh, I've seen them before on YouTube. They popped up on my YouTube, so I watched them. They had me dying, and I loved them. She loved the content of his video, which is a great thing. Okay, one, if that was me, I wouldn't write her again. I would be appreciative that she followed me on YouTube, like she subscribed to my channel, and that she said that she would love to work with me in the near future, and that she followed me on Twitter. That's just me. I'm just that person. I don't really need that much from you. Just that exposure of you follow me on Twitter means that I'm somebody. Okay, I don't need you to make me somebody, or I don't need to collab with you to be somebody. Okay. So, but that's just me, and I'm from New York, and situations are different. Going back to the whole New York thing, for Sky Santana to live in New York and for him to title the video Aliya J Exposed, my first initial thought was, oh my god, she either made a sex tape, because in New York that's what it is. It's like guys or girls expose other girls or other guys are doing sexual activities or sexual content, and in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, she is exposed, like somebody caught her, or when she was younger she did something nasty, blah blah blah, da 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 da. Okay, so the name of the title just threw me off in general, because I didn't think that he was gonna be exposing her, and honestly I don't even think he exposed her. I don't think so. I think that he just told us how their business partner deal, friendship, whatever he was trying to build didn't work out because she flaked. Okay, but I don't think it was really exposing her. So I don't think that, but you know what, the title might have been clickbait, you know, clickbait as in like you see it, you click it, you watch it type of thing, just to get viewers. So that was just one idea that I had in my head. So, but yeah, so she follows him on Twitter. They started talking. She said that she watched his videos prior to hold on, let me finish my eyebrows because I can't even talk and do them at the same time. I'm just trying to hurry up. Okay, so I'll probably go back to them, but yeah, so she said that she watched his videos before. She's watched his videos while she's getting dressed to go out or whatever. Okay. Then the conversation ends there, okay? He writes her again because she wrote something on Facebook saying what did she write on, not on Facebook, I'm sorry. She wrote something on Twitter, basically just like she's depressed, she has anxiety, and nobody really understands, and blah, blah, going on with that. So he writes her again, okay? So, in my head, I'm like, why are you writing this girl? You know what I mean? You just asked her if you wanted to do a collab with her. Okay. You wanted to do a collab with her, and I get it. If you want to do a collab with somebody, you ask them, you get your answer, and that's it. He got his answer, but he kept still writing her, and that can just be a little irritating, you know. And maybe not to everyone, but I'm just an irritable person. I'm always irritated, and I get irritated really quickly. So if I was Aliya J and I told you that I wasn't interested in doing a collab, why are you still writing me? And that might be so rude to say. I'm so sorry. But that's just who I am. I get very irritated very fast. Also, I guarantee that Aliya has had a lot of people in her life who, it's weird saying Aliya, I'm so sorry, because my name is Aliya. I'm like talking about somebody else whose name's Aliya. But like, I feel like, you know, she's been doing this YouTube thing for a while, and I feel like a lot of people in her life have come into her life trying to use her and become famous off this YouTube thing, which sucks, okay? You don't know how bad it feels to think that somebody's your friend and they're really just using you, taking stuff from you, and you not even knowing it, you know? It's just not a good feeling, and I'm just want to talk about it because I've been through stuff like that. Like, I've had a lot of people steal from me and, like, just take from me and wishing that they were not, okay, that's horrible, not wishing that they were me, but jealous of me, jealousy from friends who I thought were my friends but really weren't. So excuse me. So yeah, so I get it. So it's basically he writes her to just basically ensure. Y'all can correct me. Don't call me dumb. I don't know what's the word. Basically, reassure her that that he's here for her anytime she needs to talk, and basically saying that he goes through the same anxiety stuff, and he was in the hospital for two weeks, and he thought something was seriously was wrong, but he was really having an anxiety attack for 2 weeks, and he really couldn't like breathe properly. And I get that, you know, I understand, I get where he was coming from. I think it was a very positive and a positive thing for him to write her, even though just a positive gesture in general, just to write her and be like, everything's gonna be okay, I've been going through the same stuff that you've been going through, and I'm here for you if you need to talk. I get that, and I know that that's very positive, and I like that. But one, you're not her friend. Two, she doesn't need that positive gesture vibe from you. You know what I mean? It's nice that you gave it to her, but she didn't ask you for it. And I'm saying that because like in the video, when you further watch it, he basically needed advice from her and she didn't write back to him. She never responded. That was, let's just jump into it. She never responded to him at one point. Okay, we're gonna jump back and forth. We're gonna go ahead now. She never responded to him, and that made him feel some type of way. Okay, but let's go back. So she writes him. She's like, thank you so much, thank you for these positive words, and whenever you need something, I'm here to talk to you. Which that's what made him upset when he wrote her and she never responded, because she said, whenever you need to talk to me, I'll be here. Okay, one, that could have been a lie. That could have just been something that she said just to get him off her back, to get him to stop writing her. You know what I mean? And every conversation that they had, he wrote her. She never initiated the conversation. And he kept on calling her friend, or they were building a friendship. If you're building a friendship and you guys are friends and you are trying to work something out and become a friendship, either it's a mutual agreement that you're friends, not you're calling her your friend and she ain't calling you your friend. Okay? So he's calling her his friend. And I get it. You want to be her friend. But did you ask her if you guys were friends? You know, just to clarify. Like, what are we doing here? And I know that sounds a little weird, but you don't really know. Like, nowadays. People can say that you guys are friends, but you really aren't friends. I'm sorry, why did I stop? But, yeah, like, you just don't really know nowadays. And it's sad to say, because he really thought they were friends. And in my head, when I'm listening to him, like, he sounds very naive and just wanting to be friends with her. But I get it, because he said that he has social anxiety, and that's where they bonded, because she has a social anxiety as well. And they have a hard time making friends. But I understand why she has a hard time making friends, because she's been doing YouTube for a very long time, and probably every person that's trying to be her friend is trying to jump off and become famous. Like, trying to just get her, like, get under her wing to be famous. And I get it. That's not a great feeling, to feel like every time you meet somebody they're trying to use you. And when initially when he said that he was writing her, I didn't feel like he was using her, but then he started to say, but I'm petty and blah blah blah. And if you watch his videos, you can tell that he's petty. So why would this girl who has social anxiety try to become your friend if you're petty? You know, she won't be able to trust you. That's just my opinion. Like, if you're calling yourself petty and you act petty, how can someone trust you? I just don't understand. Like, that's just me though, and that's coming from New York. If you know somebody petty, you keep one eye open for them. They can be, you keep your enemies close. I mean, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer, okay? That's just how New York works. If you have an enemy, you make sure that that enemy don't know that you know that they don't like you. You have to make sure that you keep them, but so they won't do anything to sabotage anything that you have going on, because that's how enemies work. So if she's a fan, she already knows who you are. You're already telling your whole life through these stories. How you can't be trusted. How you probably use people. How you probably used people in the past. But you have social anxiety. And I get it. You're petty. You have social anxiety. So how would you expect Aaliyah to trust you? She said she has social anxiety as well. So how is she able to trust you if you are petty? Sorry, something's in my eye. You know what I mean? Or am I crazy? Like, just for him to say, yep, I'm petty and I do petty things, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so how can we be friends if you're petty? Why are we friends? I don't want to be friends with somebody petty. That's not how friendships work. Now, you know what? He can be petty, but he probably won't be petty to his friends. But how do I know you're not going to be petty to me if you're petty to everybody? Think about that. So he goes on. Okay, so what was that saying? Jesus, I'm ranting on. Okay, so what else? Jesus, I just like blinked. So I get why. Okay, blah blah blah. So she says that she'll always be there for him if he needs somebody to talk to. Okay. So they continue to talk. She invites him to her birthday party. So he goes on to say, if we're not friends, why are you inviting me to your birthday party? But let's go back just a few more steps. She posted on Twitter, my acquaintance, and tagged his name. He's funny, go watch his videos, blah blah blah. If that was your friend, why would she say, yo, go watch my friend on YouTube, his videos are funny as F, blah blah blah, y'all gonna be laughing? If that was your bitch, why would she not say that? If that was your girl, why would she not say that? Why would she say my acquaintance? Why would you think that you guys are friends if she's calling you her acquaintance? Now let's be realistic, because a lot of people don't use their mind, and I'm not on anybody's side. I really can't be on anybody's side, because I understand what he's saying, and I understand her point of view. Even though she didn't respond, I get why she stopped responding. It's very overwhelming to not know when somebody's really your friend and if they're just using you just to get famous. Especially him, knowing, watching his videos, knowing his content of his videos, knowing that he's a petty bitch. Of course I don't know if you're my friend, because you're a petty bitch. And that's it. Right or wrong? Please comment below if you think I'm wrong. Just give me your input on that. Like, if you watched his content on YouTube, you've watched his story times, you've gotten to know him a little bit just by watching his story times, seeing how he speaks, seeing how he tells the stories and what he says in the stories and how he brings all the facts. That's a petty person. And why would you want a petty person in your life and build a friendship off that? Even though he was saying that he's always going to be there for her and blah blah blah. A lot of people say that just to squeeze their way in, and then they start doing malicious stuff. Okay, so comment below if you agree with me on that. Comment below if you don't. I would really love to know your input on that, because I might be just I don't trust nobody, so I might not trust nobody, you know what I mean? I just might be hard on that, but you never know. So I would get why he doesn't why she stopped replying. I would get why she would feel like why she would have anxiety, because she's been through a lot probably. So back to the point of, she invites him to her birthday. Okay, so he says, why would she invite me to her birthday if we're not friends? You know how many people I would invite to my party, even though we ain't kikiing or we ain't that close, just to have people there? Even though she has social anxiety, she's known for this. She's known to be this amazing, beautiful girl who probably has a lot of friends. Even though we don't really personally know her, when you look at her, that's what you think. And she's building this reputation and this image for herself. So she's gonna have a party. This party's gonna be extravagant. It's gonna be the biggest and the better, like the most amazing party. So why would she not have heads in there to fill up the space? Okay? Why is she not filling the space up? You think she's gonna have a party, only 2 pictures gonna be there? No, it's gonna be a whole bunch of motherfuckers that's probably gonna be out, like in the space, and she's gonna be in VIP and you can't even get close to her. That's what type of person she is. So just because you're invited to the party don't mean you're invited to the VIP party. You're just invited to the party. So when they take pictures, a lot of mother effers are there and it's not empty. Okay? So that's one. You get invited to a party? Okay. That makes you her best friend, Sky? You gotta be her best friend to get invited to this party? Really? Is that really how you think? And maybe he really just wanted to be her friend. You know what I mean? I get it. I know how it feels when you want to be somebody's friend and then they just diss you. No, I lied. I don't know how that feels. But I know how it feels to get dissed. Okay, everyone has gotten dissed before. So that's just something to say. I need to add a darker contour because I can't see this around my head. It's okay. Let's just start highlighting. So, to go on, so, she invites him to the birthday party. He invites her to gay pride. And if you're not from New York, you have gay pride in the summertime every year. That shit is lit. I go every year. It's just a nice place to go. It's a nice festivities. Outside, you get to see the parade. Most of the time, the Oranges, the New Black cast are there. Or anybody who celebrates gay pride, who are famous, they go to the parade. They ride on the floats, and you get to meet them. It's a good time. It's downtown. It's on Chelsea, in the Chelsea area, like around 14th Street. Is it 14? No, it's oh my god, I forgot the street. But yeah, it's just downtown. It's a nice area. So he invites her there, and she goes on to say that her friend Justin, well, her good friend Justin, I guess if you follow Aliya J, you would know who her friend Justin is. So she goes on to say that he invites her every year, but she never goes. So she's thinking about going this year. So he goes on with this big paragraph, which is really, for me, it gives me a little bit of anxiety when I see big paragraphs. I'm like, what are you writing? Why are you writing so much? It's just aggressive to me. Like, if you're arguing with somebody, then I would see why there's a big paragraph. But if you're just trying to talk to me, let's keep it short and sweet. I don't know, that's just me. I'm crazy. But yeah, so, he goes on with this big thing of, I know gays and I respect you guys' friendship, blah blah blah, and I don't want Justin to feel like I'm trying to basically take your friend, because like take you away from him because gays are territorial. And that is very true. If you have a gay friend and you're from New York, you don't have other gay friends. You have your gay friend and then you hang out with his friends, okay? You have one gay friend. You don't have like a whole bunch of gay friends and then... Oh, you have one gay best friend if you're from New York. That's very common, okay? So... she goes on to say, no, don't worry about that. My friends aren't like that. And you have nothing to worry about. He's gonna love you. And we were just recently talking about how he doesn't hang out with a lot of gay people because they're territorial and all that good stuff. So she's making conversation, yes, but she doesn't initiate the conversations, which is something that you have to think about. This is your friend, and she invited you to her birthday party. One, why are you still writing each other on Twitter? Why don't you have each other's numbers? Why aren't you texting on an intimate basis? Even though intimate is a strong word, but that's what it is. When you text, when you have a friend, y'all can write anywhere and still get in touch with each other. You don't have this girl's number. You can't call her anytime you want. This is not really your friend because you don't really have the things you need to contact her. You have two, YouTube and Twitter. And hopefully she'll write back. Okay. So he goes on to write this whole message, blah blah blah. She writes it back what I just said, that Justin's not like that and we're not like that as a whole friends, as a friends. And we were just talking about how gays feel this way and why they shouldn't, and why Justin doesn't hang out with a lot of gay people because they feel this way, and they just be moving funny. So okay. So he goes on to say, okay, great, da 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 da. Oh, excuse me. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so sorry, I got distracted with my nose contour. So yeah, so then we're gonna, I was just talking about this, but we're gonna go back to it now. So he was going through some stuff with somebody, and he wrote her for advice, and she got back to him, but she got back to him a day later, and he goes on to say, oh, well, I know she's a busy girl, but I was there for her when she needed somebody. But Scott, you didn't have to be there for her. She didn't ask you to reply to what she said on Twitter. Sorry, my dog started barking. But yeah, like I was saying, she didn't ask him to apply to what she was saying on Twitter. She didn't ask him to give her words of advice and to be there for her. He He did that out of the kindness of his heart. So now that she's not giving you attention and writing back to you, now is, oh, F her, and I'm gonna expose her, and I thought we were friends. How are you guys friends if every time you guys talk, you're initiating the conversation? That doesn't make sense to me. I thought friends is a equal understanding. Back to the whole, my acquaintance, he's funny as hell, blah blah blah, look, check out his videos. If that was your friend, she would have been like, follow my bitch on YouTube, she's funny as fuck, blah blah blah, she's funny as fuck, you need to watch her, blah blah blah, da 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 da. You know, it's just like, just me as a person, I know when somebody really fucks me hard, and I know when somebody don't really like me, I know when I'm bothering somebody, I know when I'm being annoying, and I don't understand why Sky didn't feel like he was being annoying. I don't know, I don't understand. How did you not feel like you were bothering her? Even though you gave her words of advice, if she really was your friend, if she really wanted you around, she really wanted to hang out with you, because supposedly she was saying she only has 2 friends. That was the case, y'all would be hanging out. Why y'all not talking on the phone, keying on the phone? Why all these conversations are just on? I just don't get it. I feel like if I was him, I wouldn't be so butthurt about it. Just because, one, you keep on saying you from New York, but you seem so sensitive, you know. And this is not shade or anything, but when people are from New York, obviously your feelings get hurt, but you don't let niggas know your feelings get hurt. You're supposed to be tough for the tough when you come from New York. You ain't supposed to let niggas know you hurt them, that they hurt you, that you and your feelings about the situation. Okay. Only saying this because if you watch Kenneth, which is what's his name on YouTube? I think it's He's Fabulous, or hold on, what is it? If you watch Kenneth's YouTube, what's this nigga's name? Anyway, I'll just keep his name in the I'll put it in the description box. But if you watch his YouTube, he made a whole story time about how this YouTuber slept with his boyfriend in the same room, like in the same bed or whatever, and they're talking about Justin, which is Aliyah's friend. Okay, I'm sorry about my dog, but we're gonna talk over him because I want to get through this video. So if okay, so you're making this whole video about Justin, all right? So in the video of Sky, he goes on, he brings up further information on how Kenneth doesn't live in New York. I don't know where he lives, probably California, and he comes to New York to visit, knowing that that Sky and Justin aren't cool because of Aliya. You know, they just aren't cool. Kenneth still brings Justin to the hotel and invites Sky at the same time. So they're at the hotel, they chilling, they get a good vibe with each other, they chilling, they go to the club, blah blah blah. Okay, so then whatever that night, Justin sleeps with the boyfriend, blah 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 blah. They hang out, all this other stuff. They hang out while they're in New York. They hang out more. Like, Kenneth had his meet and greet there, so everyone goes and blah blah blah. So Sky talks about how he was just a little self-conscious. He couldn't really find the outfit because they were going out that night. They did a live stream on Facebook or whatever, or Instagram, whatever they did a live stream off of, and people were saying, why is Sky there? He's ugly, blah blah blah. Which, yes, that does hurt. But bitch, if you a bad bitch, you don't tell nobody. You don't let that shit affect you. You don't even show it on your face that shit affected you. You hold that shit in and you let it go, okay? And I get it that it hurts, but damn, let's get it together now. So, he goes on about that. So he keeps on going on to about that because he's giving background information so he can keep on telling the story about Aliya. So he goes on about that. So let's skip a couple steps. I don't want to be here all day, but basically, when Kenneth goes back to California or wherever he's from, he writes Sky, he is like, yo, I got something to tell you, I don't want you to hear from somebody else, blah blah blah. So he goes on to say that Justin and him was talking about Sky and why Kenneth is hanging out with Sky, and how he's just trying to get famous off everybody, and he got that information from Aliya. That's what Aliya is telling everybody. And obviously Kenneth said some other stuff too. He said that he wasn't really effing with Sky because Sky was acting weird in the hotel. But yeah, he's acting weird because one, niggas is talking about him and his weight, and obviously he's not comfortable with his weight, so he got his feelings hurt. He's sad. He butthurt about it, which makes sense. But don't act weird. Like, no, you're not telling nobody why you acting weird. You're just acting weird. So that's weird. So get it together. So he goes on to say that, and so that gets him more furious because Aliya J is basically spreading rumors about him, saying that he's just trying to get a come up off of everybody, and he's trying to just basically get a come off. Like, he wants to get YouTube famous, so he's just trying to get in the business and be friends to everybody in the business and blah blah blah. And that hurt more because he feels like he just had a whole friendship with Aliya. If Aliya was his friend, why would she stop writing you on YouTube? I mean, on Twitter, Sky. Why would she be talking about you to Justin? That just doesn't make sense to me. So obviously, she really wasn't your friend. If Aliya was your friend, she would write you on YouTube. I mean, she would write you every day. You guys would exchange numbers. You would have numbers to talk on the phone, a more intimate setting, instead of talking on Twitter, where she talks to all her fans, right? And all the people who bother her on, like, that's where she writes back to them. You know, you just have to understand that, like, even though she wrote back to you in multiple occasions, doesn't mean you her friend. Just because you had 1 or 2 or 3 key conversations doesn't mean she F with you the long way. Doesn't mean that she likes you like that. Doesn't mean that she wants to be in your presence. Just because she said, oh yes, you're invited to my party, doesn't mean that you're gonna be next to her at her party. You could be at her party, but don't see Aliya at all. You know what I mean? So it's just certain things you have to think about, only because, like, just because she said all that stuff don't mean it's true. You gotta think about it like that. Just because a lot of people say a lot of stuff just so people can stop writing them, so they could be left alone. So you gotta think about it like that. So I'm sorry that Scott got his feelings hurt, because maybe he really did want to be friends with Aliya. I just don't feel like he went about it the right way. And it's honestly no right way to go about it, because it's like, you write her, if she answers, she answered. You guys try to build a friendship. He wrote her, she answered, but then she stopped answering. So it's like I'm trying to think, sorry. It's like, okay, you guys talked on, I can't even think because I'm trying to finish my face. You guys talked. You guys talked on Twitter. Didn't really have an intimate conversation. All your conversations were on Twitter. They were very brief. She never really wrote back. You know, she only wrote back and they were like small paragraphs. It was just stuff like, just to have small chit-chat conversations, you know. Nothing too deep. Nothing too extravagant that he would really seriously think that they were good friends. Like, because he must really want it to be her friend, to think that those little conversations they were having, that meant that they were friends, you know. But that's just me. I'm very, like, cold-hearted, so that just might be me and how I trust people as an individual. Like, I feel like if somebody wanted to be my friend, they would show me something different than writing me about a collab. Which off the back, if you want to be my friend, you write me off some shit like, I want to be your friend, not on some shit, I want to do a collab with you. Then you see me write a post about me going through something, and then you're here for me, and that you'll always be there for me. Yeah, of course you'll always be there for me, because you want me to think that you're there for me so I can put you on. And you're not gonna get me, and you definitely didn't get Aliya, because she knew exactly what you was on. Okay, she was like, no, this nigga think. And you know what, I might be wrong, but This is just my opinion. This is my reaction, my response to the video, okay? I feel like she thought that, and she, not that I feel, it's proven because that's what she told Justin, that she felt like he was trying to make his way up into the YouTube game, and he's just befriending all these YouTubers so he can become popular. Okay, well, we got the insight, right? Like, we got it. So the next thing is like, the next thing is okay, this is the next thing. So something happened on Twitter, and it was some beef with Kenneth and Aliya J, and they were arguing back and forth on Twitter. And basically Aliya J said something, but the way Sky was saying it is that she was addressing every queen, which if you don't know what queens are, it's most likely a gay or transgendered woman. And she was basically saying that every queen on YouTube is basically fake, and all their story times are fake. And he felt some, obviously Kenneth wrote her because he knew she was talking about him, because he just did that story time about Justin and how Justin slept with his boyfriend in the same bed that they were in. So she wrote him basically defending her friend, which makes sense. And yeah, so while this beef is going on, Sky's watching it. He's just being nosy, honestly. He said that he was with someone, I forgot, his sister, his cousin, a family member, and yeah, so he just looking, being nosy. And after the argument, he basically tweeting and like basically subbing Aliya J while she's arguing with Kenneth. And he's basically retweeting what Kenneth is saying, and saying like, oh, you right sis, and da 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 sis, and basically agreeing with him, just stirring up more drama. It doesn't really, not necessary, doesn't really have to go on, and blah blah blah. So he goes on and does his own thing while the argument with Kenneth and Aliya is almost over. She basically just is talking crazy, and Kenneth is saying he gonna drag her, and she was like, okay, drag me, blah blah blah. So Sky takes it about his business, and he goes on and starts talking, and he's talking about what is he talking about? He basically, the stuff that she was writing before on Twitter saying, oh, blah, 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 my acquaintance Sky is funny, go check him out, blah, blah, blah. He basically, what's it called? He basically, retweets that on Aliya's page and writes, remember this, ? And she was like, yeah, I remember when I supported you. And he's like, remember when you did, so you don't anymore. She said something off of the fact of, yeah, I did, but then I found out that you was just using me for fame, then I stopped. Okay, which makes sense. She just told you why she stopped, so leave it at that. She felt like you was using her. She just told you that she had social anxiety, but you're still going on. Just leave this girl. And this is why she didn't want to be your friend. You're proving her right. You know what I mean? You always see the person's real true side when you make them angry or you piss them off. And you see how mature they are and how big of a person they are. And I get that you thought that she was your friend, but she really wasn't your friend. And she gave you so many signs to show you that she wasn't your friend. So why would you feel that way? Like, oh my God, it's just so irritating, that, and just frustrating on me, because I'm like, why would you really think this girl's your friend? She really could be somebody's friend, but you just didn't approach it right. If you really wanted this girl to be your friend, you gotta do it a certain way. You gotta be a different person, and especially because you approached it on some shit of, I want to do a collab with you. Why would she think that you her friend? Why would she want to be your friend if she automatically thinks that you're trying to collab and be business partners and make this money on YouTube together? That's not a friend. That's somebody who wants to make money or be put in the game. and that's it. So for him to be butthurt about it, that's your fault. You entered the game wrong. If you wanted to be her friend, you should have entered the game as in you wanted to be her friend, not enter it as in we should do a collab together. Then, oh, I'm gonna be there for you, and that's it. That's just how I feel about it. Point blank period. Okay. So to go on, so now they arguing on YouTube, and yeah, they just arguing on YouTube, and she's saying she supported her, and now Sky got his friends writing her on YouTube, and she's telling them, explaining like, yeah, I supported him, but then I felt like he was using me and his stories are fake, blah blah blah. Then he goes off telling everybody that all her vlogs are fake, and that Justin's telling everybody that her vlogs are fake, and that her boyfriend is cheating on her with everybody, blah blah blah. But that's none of your business, and you're basically proving again why she didn't want to be your friend, because you're not trustworthy. Hello, like this is that could have been your time to be, just to, you know what, if you wanted to expose him, you really could have exposed her, but you could have exposed her in a different way, Sky. You know, you could have just been like, I wanted to work with this girl, she didn't want to work with me, and she was talking bad about me, and I really wanted to be her friend, but she really thought I was trying to use her, and leave it at that. That's what a mature person would do. But because you're petty, P-E-T-T-Y, petty all the time, you started dishing dirt out there, and that makes me not respect you, because I feel like if you really wanted to be this girl's friend, you would have left it as is. Why are you trying to what's it called, hurt her? Why are you trying to hurt her, you know? Why are you trying to hurt this girl? Why are you trying to break her, get her information out, leak her, like get people to stop subscribing to her channel? You know, she's been out for a very long time. You think people are gonna stop and not like her just because you put this story out? People don't care about you and your fake friendship that you thought you had with this girl. You know how many people wish they was friends with Aliya? Oh, and you're lucky that you got a 2-minute conversation with this girl? That's what you need to be happy about. Not that she didn't write you back when you needed her. How many friends? You don't have no other friends that you could have wrote? But you needed to write Aliya J. Really? Wow. That's just how I feel. Like, you don't got no other friends to write, Sky? I know that she was supposed to be there for you. And you're right. No, as a matter of fact, I'm wrong. She wasn't supposed to be there for you, because she knows that she wasn't your friend. She knows that she wasn't friends with you like that. She appreciated that you wrote her on some shit like, oh, if you're ever gonna be there for me, if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'll be there. Yeah, that was very kind of you. But you thought that she was really gonna dish out her information? Her having social anxiety is nothing big. I think a lot of people on YouTube know that she has social anxiety. You can fucking tell, okay? She even said in her story, she gets into a lot of fights with girls because they're jealous of her. And people are jealous of her. So why would she not have social anxiety? I just don't understand. Why would she automatically trust you because you said you're there for her? You know how many fans say they're there for her? You know how many people say, I'm there for you, write me if you need me? Like, why would she write you when she got a whole nigga, a whole Justin, a whole other friend that's probably there for her? You know what I mean? Why you? Why are you this special person? And what makes me more mad is that I just wish that you went about this whole situation of exposing her differently, especially with a different name of the thing. Because when I saw exposed, I'm thinking you about to expose that she freaking off or something, like, because that's what exposed mean in New York. When you expose somebody, and when you expose somebody, that's it. Like, you expose somebody and they doing something that they'll be really embarrassed about. Aliya J, it ain't but her. Obviously, you actually giving her a little bit more views because you telling people about her. People that probably don't even know about her, you telling them to go see who she is, to go search her up, to go look at her. So you giving her more views than she already got. So you really helping her. You ain't making this note worse than what it is, okay? So that's just my opinion. And see this girl? Yeah, that's really just my opinion. I feel like this is the reason why she wasn't trying to be your friend, because she knew that she was untrustworthy. She knew that she was just trying to be who you are, and you even said it. You said that you petty. You said that you trying to build your career. So why would somebody want to be a part of that with you when she don't need that? She doing this because she, like, you know, I just feel like she doing this because she can. She's good at makeup, and even without YouTube, she's still gonna be who she is as a person. So this ain't gonna make or break her. This probably just gonna set the career up more than what it really is. But yeah, like I think that you could have went about the situation in a different route. I think that you could have been the mature person and just dropped it as is, even though she was coming for Kenneth. You could have still, I guess, whatever you were trying to do, protect him, whatever you were trying to do, because whatever you did ain't do shit. It ain't work. Like, it was whack. But you could, whatever you was trying to do, you could have still did that in a positive way, a better way. Like, just handle it in a better situation. Like, I feel like y'all just was like fake trying to attack her and bring down her spirits, because obviously you already know, like, she suffers from whatever she does, and so anxiety, depression, whatever it is, because you guys had intimate conversations. Because you had an intimate conversation doesn't mean that you guys are friends. I just feel like, even though that she told you that these couple of facts about her, I don't know, I feel like she did her research. She wasn't no fool. You wasn't gonna get her, like how she, like, maybe you wasn't even trying to get her, but how she thought you was gonna get her, you wasn't gonna do that to her, because she already had a plan. I feel like it's messy for you to spill her drama about her boyfriend and what Justin told you. Not even told you, but told Kenneth or whatever. Like, it's just very messy, and I understand why she backed away, why she stopped writing you. I feel like if you went about this a different way, you could have had more opportunities and stuff. Like, I just feel like it could have went a whole different way. Like, but that's just me. Comment below who you agree with. Do you think Aliya is wrong for not writing him back, or do you think Sky is just, like, sad about the situation? Like, does he really want to be her friend? If you really think Sky wanted to be her friend, comment below. 'Cause I really don't think that he had a nice, like, it was something, I don't think it was malicious that he was trying to do. I just feel like he trying to get his career off the ground. He want to be a rapper, like he said, so he trying to get it off the ground, which makes sense. But don't come for people, damn. I feel like this industry is all about breaking people and like getting their information and seeing what you know about them and exposing it so they could break down, so they can get out the game, so you could be ahead of them. But it shouldn't be like that. It should just be like, if you are good in what you do, you have a whole, like, branch off from yourself, not you tearing people down and exposing them, and then that's how you get exposed. Like, that's how you get your followers and stuff. Like, what you do, you have a whole, like, branch off from yourself, not you tearing people down and exposing them, and then that's how you get exposed. Like, that's how you get your followers and stuff. Like, I don't think it should be like that. I really don't. I just feel like it should just be different. I don't know. I just feel like it should be different. But I'm a different human being. I'm not petty. I don't believe in petty activities. I feel like if I emailed Aliya J and she can write back, I would be good with that. I would still know who I am in this world, and I wouldn't need that email as a like, oh, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, she's gonna open so many doors for me. I can open doors for myself. You just need to, if you want to do this, you gotta work hard for it. And I know people just want to take the easy way out, and they don't want to work for it no more. Nobody wants to work for nothing. They just want it to be handed to them, and that's not how life works. Okay, maybe a lot of people have stuff handed to them, but not everybody's gonna have everything handed to them. That's just not how life works in general. So if you want something handed to you, you better be writing the right people, because Aliya J was not the right person. She did not let you take no fame or get get to her, okay? Because if you got to her, or if you broke her, or whatever, or if you didn't get no response from this girl. You got a response because you tagged her in Twitter, but if you didn't write her at all, Sky, you wouldn't have gotten no response. You would have just been butthurt and still mad about the situation, but still been hanging out with her friend Justin, and because you thought he was so cool until you heard he was talking about you. You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it, but I thought this was funny. Well, not funny, but I thought this would be a nice get ready with me topic to talk about, because the last get ready with me I talked about college and stuff, so I thought this one would be nice to talk about. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed talking about this. Thinking about doing some other spin-off stuff and see how that works for me. You know what I mean? And seeing if that works for me. I'm trying to like get some good content in my YouTube channel, because I just hit 600 subscribers, so just seeing if I can get other views in other places, you know what I mean? And yeah, I like to talk about things that interest me, and when I'm passionate about a topic or a situation, I can really get my mind to it and I can really talk about it. So this was something that was easy to talk about, only because, one, I feel like as me growing up, just had a lot of stuff taken from me. So when I have friends and I choose my friends, I choose them very wisely, and I don't really bring them around my space or my stuff and stuff like that. Like, I have a lot of stuff stolen from me, and I feel like at this time in my life that can't happen no more. I have to choose my friends better. Like, it just can't, that can't be it. Like, it just can't. Like, so yeah, sorry, I'm putting on some more highlighter. You know, my eyes are always tearing. But yeah, this is the no, not yet, final look. Told you guys I've been always wearing this cocoa. Okay, but I found out that if I put like a gloss on top of it first and then put this on, it looks more like glittery. Enjoy this video, this look. I hope you enjoyed this response. I hope you guys watch my other videos. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below if you're Team Aaliyah or Team Sky. I would like to know whose side you're on, if you're biased, if you think both of them are wrong, if you think both of them are right, if you can't figure out what side you're on. I can't figure out what side I'm on. I understand where Aaliyah's coming from, and I understand where Sky's coming from. I feel like I'm more not on his side because of how he handled the situation. Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm more not on his side, but I'm not more on her side either. I'm just really in the middle, but closer to her side, if that makes sense. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Bye, my babies. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Stay blessed. Stay beautiful.